Hi there, everybody. Here we are again, second show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Boy, we got some exciting news coming up here, and we're not going to waste any time with that. We have us a co-host that's offered to lend assistance, and some of you may even know who she is, or maybe not. But if you're familiar with her website, you'll be familiar with the boy she has with her. So without further ado, I'm really excited here. Everybody, welcome Kelsey. And you run that website, It's Dog or Nothing, don't you?
That I do, yeah.
All right. And we're so excited to have you on here. Thank you so much for doing this. So
here.
all right. I'm going to turn you up just a little bit because somewhere along the line from testing to now, your audio got a little bit different. So we're going to turn you up. All right. So, and who's that with you?
So this is Kiska with me right now. She always has the center of attention.
All right.
Right over here.
We're going to look at the comments real quick. Hi, Rena. Rena's joining us from the Pacific Northwest there. With GPRS. And speaking of GPRS, guess what? We have us a visitor from the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. And boy, that's a beautiful dog you have there, but all 15 of your dogs are beautiful, if I remember right. So, all right. Well, I want to bring John up. I'll tell you what, he's got himself a girl he's fostering for Great Pyrenees Rescue Society that she is just boy, look at her. So let's bring John up here. We're going to change this around just a little bit. And hi, John.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good too. Thanks.
Good. So you have Holly, but here a minute ago, she wasn't quite in the room. Did she make it yet?
She's in here, but she's back at the corner of the room watching us all from a distance. But
she's a little timid now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got some trust issues for sure.
There she is. Oh, beautiful girl.
And there's a couple more in here with me.
Now, those are GPRS alumni, aren't they?
They are. That's Max and Sawyer.
All right. Now, with Holly, now she's available for adoption now, isn't she?
She is.
Okay. And I just put her ticker across the bottom of the screen. So now, what can you tell us about Holly?
Holly had some trust issues when she first came to me. I might be her second or third foster. That she not trusting of people. She's really good with other animals, and it took her a while for her to warm up to me. She would be excited when I'd go outside and she was there. She would come running up and do circles around me, but for a couple of weeks she would not let me touch her. She was happy to see me, but just had a little bit of a trust issue there. And then once she got over that, she really wanted to go for the pack walks we do every morning. She'd come to the front door, but she didn't really want me to put a leash over her head. So after a couple of days of that, it only took a few days. The third day, she was okay with me slipping a slip lead over her head. Now every day we go for a walk. You can't even tell she's on a leash. She is so good on a leash. That's one of her core competencies, I'd say.
All right. How old is she?
You know, our paperwork, her estimates were like 3.5, but when I look at her teeth and see how white they are, she could be as young as 2. So somewhere between 2 and 3.5.
Okay. Wow. Well, I tell you that I would have guessed younger based off of stuff like this. Well, maybe not. She's one good looking girl you got there, and so apparently Holly gets along well with other dogs. Is that pretty close, John?
She does. I've got a small Yorkie that she's fine with, and at one of her previous stops, she was in a house with cats, and she was fine with the cats. She is easy to train. as soon as I go to the pantry and she knows treats are coming, she does the sit before I even turn around. So I have to tell her, hey, good sit, good sit. So now even if I put a bowl of food out or something, she sits down. She thinks that's her mission, is to sit to get something for it. So she kind of adds on things of her own, showing that she understands.
Okay. Now, when we were talking earlier on the phone, she gets a little confused every once in a while, doesn't she, with the television set?
Yes, I've had other dogs that, TVs are so large now that some dogs that have never been in a house before, the TV's kind of terrifying to them, to see somebody's face that big on a wall or something. My dogs kind of like to watch TV, even if it's boring golf or something. But she's never looks up there. She never notices. And when they go wild and start barking, she thinks something's going on at one of the windows, and she runs in another direction.
That's that little bit of confusion we were talking about. You bark on TV, she runs to the window.
Right.
So, all right. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where you can read about Holly. All right. And she is available for adoption, right?
Yes. We're actually, there's so many dogs. I wish I had another spot in my house for one. GPRS just is overwhelmed with dogs, and there's so many super dogs there that if you log on, if someone's looking to adopt a dog, there's so many different types, sizes, not types, but sizes, shapes, and personalities. There's got to be a dog there for you.
That's right.
You really want a Pyrenees. It's good to window shop, but then eventually you get to see the dog.
Right. Nancy missed her age. How old did you say she was again?
Maybe as young as 2. Very white teeth. We have her listed on the paperwork as 3.5, but that starts, wherever the first shelter she goes to, somebody assigns an age to her, and it's a guess, and usually it just gets transferred on to all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm. And how does she come into rescue? Was she a stray? Is that how the shelter got her?
Yes.
Okay. And that's Texas, and that's just about anywhere too. Pick them up as strays. Nobody claims them. Sometimes you just can't understand why nobody claims some of these dogs.
Well, the part of the bad issue down here is the shelters are so full, they're not really accepting dogs, so people are just going to turn them loose on the road, and that's even worse because it's hard. There's so many dogs with broken legs from getting hit by cars just from being loose on roads.
Yeah.
It hurts you. You hurt your heart.
Yeah. So, and just like any rescue, they survive off donations. So, and Great Pyrenees Rescue Society is no different. All right. So, you can donate right there, but everything is at Great Pyrenees Society, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. There she is, and she is beautiful. Boy, she's got those Maremma eyes, doesn't she?
They're very golden, yes.
Yeah. So beautiful girl, young girl, somewhere between 2 and 3, I guess. So,
and also she's single dew clawed in the back, so she's mixed with something that gives her an advantage, because when they're out barking at the neighbor's dog along the fence having a good time, I call their names and she's the only one that comes. So I know she's got something other than Pyrenees in her.
Well, I have peers that come when they're called too. So every once in a while you get that fluke. Okay. So, all right, John, I'm going to move you over to the side here. And thank you.
Thanks for helping us.
And if she does something cute, make sure you put the camera on her. We're going to make you right back big again. So that's not the side. Sheesh. I can't not do this, Kelsey. Now, which one is that one? You have so many.
Tikaani.
Tikaani.
Yep.
Boy, he looks like a Kuvaz.
He does, yeah. And he's got very, very thick fur, much thicker than my other ones.
Yeah. Wow. What a boy.
Yeah.
Now, Tikaani, you do a lot of writing about him, don't you, on your page, on your website, and your Facebook page that's associated with your website?
I do, because he is definitely, I've learned a lot from having him. You know, I'd never had a fear aggressive dog like him before, or a dog that was so reactive. So he's taught me a lot over the past 3 years.
And you've done very well, because I remember, oh man, technically I remember about the time you got him. So
Yeah.
He was a little bit of a handful, wasn't he?
A little bit, just a little bit.
And now he's just a little bit. How much does he weigh?
He's about 85.
Yeah. Okay.
So he got there. Yeah, he grew up a bit.
One of these days on the show, I will bring Sasha up, and she's a Kuvaz, and we'll see. We'll see if they're brother and sister or not. What do you think? So, all right. Well, now, well, just a second ago we had Judy down there, but she must have had. There, she's back. So, wow. Now, one of the rescues that supports the show is okay. We have an upside down pier. That is classic.
I could not share that.
Sorry, Tikaani, the camera got taken off of you. And so what? But wow, Judy's down there, and just like we promised, Judy planned on giving us a little tour of the PYRescue and Sanctuary in Peyton, Colorado, and she is down there. So, and before she gets mad and leaves, all right, we're going to bring her up, and so. At least we're hoping that she keeps her internet. Let's put it that way. They have actually they have some storms coming in, so we wanted to.
He's taken out completely. There's nothing I can do about this.
Okay. And Michael can't hear us because she has the earbuds. So, and but anyway, we'll take her back down for a second, and look at that boy. Oh, there she is. There she is. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
PYRescue and Sanctuary.
It stopped working, so.
Of course it did, as soon as you come on. So
Yeah,
now you are a facilities-based
rescue.
Yep. So you're a facilities-based rescue. That means all of your dogs are in your backyard, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. Do we get the grand tour?
Yeah, I'm standing in the courtyard here, so I'll walk around. Michael can he's my cameraman, so.
All right. Hi, Michael.
Great area out here.
All right.
This is the South Kennel building, and I'll take you inside.
Okay. We get to go inside. Are we going to get to see some dogs? Looky here.
Wow.
Wow, looky
Okay,
here.
so inside the building here, we got puppies. Come on, puppies. Where are you guys at? We got big puppies here.
Wow.
And of course, they're all outside. So
Hey,
this is
that black one doesn't look like a Great Pyrenees.
no Roosevelt and Jefferson here. These were the kind of feral puppies that I've got, and they're supposedly like Mastiff Newfie peer mixes,
Gotcha.
but they're very, very shy puppies. They're okay with me as long as I'm on this side of the fence, but the minute I walk in there, they bug out the dog door.
Gotcha. So just like that.
Here's
All right. Ooh, my. Here we go.
Little bear.
That's Little Bear?
Yep. And
Little
he's a-
Bear's. What a boy he is. Look at him. That's Little Bear.
and
Now,
we're gonna walk down the hall here. We got
okay, did you give him a second? There we go. All right. Oh, we got a cone head.
Yes, this is little Felix. He had entropion surgery a week and a half ago, so he's getting his stitches out this week, and he'll be able to ditch the cone. But
All right.
But
All
he's
right.
a sweet little guy. He's only 6 months old.
Okay. Now we briefly missed in between where you were and where you are now. What did we miss? Anything?
No, I just
Okay,
walked
good.
down the hall a little ways.
All right.
Empty kennel.
And you've got the rare, unheard of empty kennel.
We got 2 of them here,
Oh my.
but they're going to be full this weekend. I got 4 dogs coming in the next week. So
How many kennel buildings do you have in there?
we have 2 buildings, and there's 8 kennels in each building.
Okay. And you actually built these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are built around your
overhead
breed.
So that's
Oh, my.
the heating unit up there.
Wow. Wow. And I guess in Colorado, you don't really need a whole lot in air conditioning, right?
And we
Mostly,
actually have evaporative cooling too.
Oh,
So there's
swamp
the
cooler.
evaporative cooler.
There you go. So you're climate controlled to go with it.
Yep. Mid-60s all the time.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Same way here. Keep a sweater on, but the dogs are comfortable.
And I'll take you out back here. So we got,
Okay.
we got 5
What
acres.
your backyard's different than my backyard. Oh my. And more dogs. We get to see more dogs.
So you can kind of see out here. Michael will scan it a little bit, but this is 5 acres, and it's split up into 4 different sections for the dogs.
Okay. They'll come back in a second. Don't worry, everybody. I still hear some of their audio. They're getting a little far away from their access point is what happens. So Michael should be able to hear me and he'll get closer. Or he'll see it. So this is an amazing facility. There we're getting back. We're starting
Are we
to get back? Yep, you're back. Yeah.
Okay, this is
Becky,
the outside kennel. So these are the same dogs we just saw, but they're outside now.
those are big outside kennels. Wow.
Yeah, but it's 200 square feet open air outside with dirt they can dig in.
Okay. By the way, Becky says it looked like Teddy Bear was
And-
in Eve's kennel again.
3
All right, you're getting a little far away.
bricks underneath so they can't dig out. And 100 square feet under roof. It's probably not a okay.
Okay. All right,
We'll
you're
head outta
getting a
here 'cause
little
we're
far
getting too
away
far.
from your access point. Yeah, there you go. But we got some good video there. There was no doubt. This is awesome.
Are we better?
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
see it? Okay.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ease your load. I'm going to take John and Kelsey down to the green room, and that will actually help you guys.
Okay.
There you go. That's better. Yeah, we'll see. So,
Then that was the South Kennel building. This one over here is the North Kennel building. Pretty
okay.
much the mirror image of the other one.
Okay. Nancy wants to know where Eve is.
There's Eve.
There she is.
There's Eve right there, Nancy.
Hi, Eve.
Hey, Evie.
She's in our exit video.
Nancy wanted to see you.
Yeah. There we go. How about that? How about that?
She got a little close.
Yeah. That's a good little girl. Wow. Okay. What a nice facility so far. I think I want to move. So, there you go.
There's the
I
back
see-
of our house.
Oh, you're that close. Okay.
Yep. They're locked in.
You get to go in the other building.
Girls that are up for adoption.
And another swamp cooler.
And another heater.
And another heater. Look at that. This is nice, Michael. Oh, we get a dog. And who might these be?
This is Duchess and Gypsy.
Duchess and Gypsy. All right.
From this distance, I can't tell which is which. Oh, Gypsy's on the left and Duchess is on the right. So that's Duchess. This is Gypsy.
Look at they're beautiful. Wowzer. Hey, you got dogs that bark. So anyway, they kind of we'll get them back. There we go. There we go. We're getting them back.
Care, so we're trying to adopt them out that way. But they're really, really nice girls. Very well mannered, very sweet, good on feet.
Okay. So PYRescue.org is where you go for Colorado here, and what a nice facility. What a nice place. And don't mind the barking, everybody, because the show's about dogs. It's okay if they bark. How many dogs do you have there, Judy?
What?
How many dogs do you have?
How many do we have here?
We've lost track.
Maybe 12?
12? Okay. Looks like more than that from this end.
We're getting 4 more this week, so.
Okay.
We'll be next.
Cool. All right. Wow. So let me get the comments here. Nancy disagrees with you guys. She says there's 14 of them. She must be keeping track.
She's probably had a little more time to count them.
Yeah.
And we've had some recent adoptions, so we're having trouble doing the math.
Right. Now, while we're getting them back, Becky is a volunteer there, and she said the dogs have learned to howl like coyotes.
Right on cue, too.
And that bonded pair, Nancy says, are also sisters. So that's good to know. Uh-oh, you guys are in trouble. Becky wants to know where Eve's stuffed animal is.
It's out in the field. I saw it earlier. Her monkey.
See, Becky, you should have been there. All right. So, wow, man. So now every one of your dogs has a different story, I'm going to assume. So,
yeah.
And how you get them is in different ways. You get owner surrenders, you get shelters, just like everybody else, correct?
Yeah, we get. I take quite a few from Colorado shelters. Occasionally, I get them from Kansas and Texas, and every once in a while.
So Kansas and Texas. She froze for a second. I'm sure they can still hear us. They'll come back. Wi-Fi. They're back. You're back.
I'm back. So yeah, I get a few from shelters, but lately I just been slammed with owner surrenders.
Yeah. Now you've got one in there from North Carolina or somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, Reese.
Reese. Yeah. So.
Yep, she brought him to me from North Carolina.
Because every once in a while, when we have a situation and we need a dog, a place for a dog, just sometimes Judy just kind of does a hat trick, and there's a spot.
We're having a disagreement here.
Okay. Hey, we just might get to see some diffusing going on.
It'd be nice, Obi.
Now, who are those, Michael?
That's Obi on the left and Maxie on the right. Oh, and there's Reese trotting up from behind.
There's Reese,
so Reese.
Right there. Yeah.
Oops, he's gone.
He's a young boy that came out of North Carolina. There's a lady out there, a real nice lady that was doing everything to help save that dog. And she actually took him in and no peer experience. So we got him set up, and she actually drove Reese all the way to Colorado. So there they are. And
Oh,
it
no,
looks
no,
like
no, no, not with.
it looks like
Lexington.
they share kennels nicely together. So, wow, what a nice place.
Okay. Reese and his friend Maxie is trailing behind.
All right, Reese and Maxie. Maxie on the left and Reese on the right, correct? Now
And
it's
now
reversed.
reverse.
Reese is a young boy. I know a little bit about him. Not much,
He's
but
a good boy.
yeah. Nobody knows these dogs better than Judy and Michael and the volunteers. But at the same time, the facility is they're there 24 hours a day. Okay, and hi Carol. Carol's here, and so um, Carol just joined us there, Judy. So, but what a nice place you have there, and it looks like to me that how do you get them to leave? It looks to me like they don't want to go anywhere.
Oh, they go. If they meet the right family, they're happy to go.
Yeah. So this is good. PYRescue and Sanctuary in Colorado, and it's PYRescue.org. I'll put a banner up for you, and they got a really nice website. It's really cool, and that's where you go to look at the dogs, and once again they survive on donations. So that's where you can go to donate, and there's your information for your adoption application. And the cool part of it is that, well, Judy knows every dog personally. And if you have questions, she can answer them. And that's Judy and Michael both. You talk to a lot of people too, don't you, Michael?
I do.
Yeah.
I want to not do all the talking, but I talk when I have to.
Gotcha. So, but yeah, but just like any rescue, they survive on donations. Okay. And so if you can donate, if you can't volunteer, if you're not in the area, then that's a way to help. So, wow, thank you guys. Wow, this is nice. I'm kind of, oh, it makes you want to move to Colorado, doesn't it? And join all your volunteers, Nancy and everybody, and just help out.
And we
You faded out just right there. You'll be back in a second. But wow, what a rescue! And it's facilities based.
Yeah, but
So wow. Ain't that now? How many dogs you have at the house over there? You have a few there too, don't you?
two of our own. The day shift guy is up there waiting at the back fence for us to come back. And the night shift girl is resting in the sunroom, ready, waiting for her shift to begin.
All right. Cool. So anything you want to add, Judy or Michael? I know you guys are busy and you're gonna have to go here pretty quick, but it looks like rain could still be
Anybody
coming
out
in.
here in Colorado that wants to come volunteer, we always need volunteers.
There you go.
And we are going to be at the Celtic Festival in Elizabeth on the 16th.
Okay. On the 16th, you've got two coming in?
No, we're going to be at the Celtic Festival in Elizabeth.
Oh man, I wish I had a link to that. I could have put it up for you.
Yeah, it's a big event. Elizabeth's about 15, 20 minutes from here.
Okay.
It's a small town, but it's a pretty big festival.
How many dogs are you gonna have there?
We're going to probably only take 4 or 5 with us, maybe.
Okay. But you got 4 or 5 you can take. And Reese won't let you down. Hopefully he's one of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a good boy.
All right.
He's a nibbler.
He's a nibbler. All right.
Yeah, he likes to nibble on my hand to let me know he loves me.
All right. Okay. All right. Once again, PYRescue.org, and that's where you can go. Man, like I said, they got a really nice website. It's full of information.
Here right now.
All right. So it must be warm in Colorado, in Peyton, Colorado, because you're in a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, well, it's like 65 right now.
Wow.
So it's kind of bordering on almost being chilly. It will be in a couple hours. But
All right. All right, you guys.
The outside is the temperature we keep the kennels.
Yeah, there you go. So you're used to that. And
Yeah, we're used to it.
so, all right, you guys, thank you so much, Judy, for supporting this little show that we're trying to get going here, and thank you for everything you do for these dogs. And
Thank you for
and,
having us on.
and Carol says it looks like a great facility.
If anybody's got any questions about starting up a facility, we kind of learned everything the hard way, so I can share that.
There you go. That's right, because you built those. So this is awesome. All right, guys. All right. Well, you guys take care, and we'll talk soon. And bye. Wow, ain't that something? Wasn't that a nice place? Holy cow. All right. Wow, John, you got a couple of, is that Holly off to the back there?
Yes.
Wow, cool. All right. What a good looking girl. And that's the GPRS alumni.
That's Max. He has
And-
a bit of a panda bear look about him rather than a polar bear.
And Kelsey's got some stuff got it going on there too.
Yep, it's about Zoomy time.
Oh boy, we're just in time, aren't we? All right, so Carol's on now, Kelsey. So we're going to talk about Tikaani if you want. Okay.
Yeah, great.
And so we now have we're set up on Carol's template here. And what can you tell us about him, even though you're not even 100% sure his breed, right?
Yeah, so this one right here, this is Tikaani. He's a very, very, very sweet boy. He just needs someone that's going to give him, a little bit of time. He definitely needs to warm up to people, but he does, and he learns to like new people. And obviously, you can tell the people that he likes, he loves. He is honestly, while he is not great with strangers at first, he is the sweetest dog I've ever met. 100%. This is him all the time. He loves his people and he loves them hard, and he's also very, very, very goofy boy. He likes to jaw snap, is what we call it. I would see if he would do it again. But he's been with us for about 3 years.
3 years.
I cannot believe that.
He's home.
Yeah.
What kind of home would he need, in your opinion?
So I think he would do best in a home with someone who doesn't necessarily have a lot of visitors, because that can be pretty stressful for him. But he does get along well with other dogs, and obviously with cats. You've seen a couple probably walk through the screen here. But ideally would be another female dog rather than another male. He can have a little bit more issues with males than females. But I have 2 females and a male in my home. And, there's obviously the initial, acclimation period, but after that, he did really, really great. And so he needs a quiet home, and someone that is just willing to give him a chance, give him some time.
Okay.
That's the
And
thing.
I'm just going to have to say, with your kitten rescue, he does well with cats in your home.
100%. He is the kitten supervisor. He is always there when I am feeding and taking care of them to make sure that everyone is getting the best care possible. So he is great with cats and anything small.
Wow. And so you've been fostering with Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana for a few years now, or longer. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And how is what kind of experience has that been for you? Fostering in general.
It's been great. I love fostering. The reason, honestly, I started Kitten Rescue is because I wanted to keep fostering. And 4 dogs is my max in this house. So
Gotcha.
I tell people, you start to fall in love with the cycle of fostering. You bring a dog into your home, you fall in love with them, you see them transform and become the best animal that they can be, and then make someone else's life so much fuller. And it's always hard to see them go, but then you get to do it again. You get to take in another dog, watch them grow and develop, and then make someone else's life so full. So
now, what would you say to the people that say, I can't foster because I can't let them go? It would break my heart.
You know, that was my look at fostering at the beginning as well, is, you know, I can't say goodbye. I could never, you know, leave a dog that I have fallen in love with. But like I said, you fall in love with the cycle. And once you realize how many animals there are out there that need homes, it makes it a lot easier to say goodbye, because you're sending an animal off to a good home rather than, you know, letting another animal die in a shelter.
Yeah.
So
Debbie wants to know if they shed lots.
yes. Can you see my floors?
Well, here's what I like to tell people. Technically, they only shed twice a year, and it's not really shedding. They blow their coats to prepare for the next season. So technically, they only shed twice a year, 6 months in the spring and 6 months in the fall.
Absolutely. Okay. You got
it. And Carol says he's kind of a pocket Pyrenee. Yeah, at 85 pounds, I would guess that would qualify, wouldn't it?
Yep, he's by far the smallest of my four. And honestly, we are surprised that he got up to 85 pounds. He was at a solid like 72 for 2.5 years, and it wasn't till just the past 6 months that he started kind of filling out a little more. Hasn't gotten any taller, but he's kind of finally filled out into his adult build.
Okay. Now, does he have the classic double dew claws back in the back legs like the Pyrenees?
So he has double dews on one back leg and a single dew on the other back leg.
Okay. All right. You know, Kuvas don't have any dew claws, right?
Yeah. So we've been wondering if he might be mixed.
Yeah, that's what I would have to say.
Given his size and his coat type also. But
most of the time, he's like a purebred good boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Okay. Sorry, Kelsey, but we got an action shot. And a sea of white on the show today. Ain't that something? But now, if I remember right, we're working hard to get some shelters on here. All right. This isn't designed to be all about Great Pyrenees. This is designed to be all the dogs. Okay. So we want to invite shelters on. Shelters are in a bad way too. Rescues actually have it off a little better off than shelters. And okay, sorry, John. Hope I'm not making everybody dizzy. So, and Debbie just says, beautiful. Look at this boy. Now that one's not for adoption, right?
No, that's my personal one, but he was just looking real handsome. So better.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Now that's classic Great Pyrenees right there. And then we got a photo bomber.
Yeah, he's jealous.
But Debbie, Carol, the director at the Montana Rescue, when we were talking about all the dogs in need, she had made a comment a long time ago that she said maybe if our puppies were ugly, maybe we wouldn't have this big problem. And that is a valid point, because when you see that cute little 16-pound puppy, here's what you're going to have right here. Okay. Yeah. Always remember that. All right. These are not little dogs, and they're not golden retrievers. So, other than the fact that we got us, is that a short-coated Pyr? Is that an Akbash? Or John?
That's Holly.
Oh, that's Holly. Okay. Oh, well, I'll tell you. Remember I said, boy, looks like she's got Maremma eyes. Wow.
And
beautiful girl.
She just blew her coat about 3 weeks ago, so
okay.
she's a little thin right now.
Okay. Gotcha. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. But once again, when she was a baby, she was gorgeous and cute. and 16 pounds. I like to tell everybody that the ratio of a Great Pyrenees growing is about 3.5 times. Their body grows about 3.5 times faster than their mind develops. Okay, so you're capable of having a 80-pound dog with the mind of a young puppy. Always remember that. So, but boy, I just can't make everybody big enough and stay big enough. What a beautiful dogs you have there, Kelsey. So, um, wow. So back to Montana again. So there's her website. There's all kind of things you can do there. Okay, you can read about the breed. You can. There's all kinds of information up there, and I believe there is a link to It's Dog or Nothing. Okay, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society's website. There's a link to It's Dog or Nothing. If you need to learn about the breed, there's a good place to go. Okay. And you can trust the content because Kelsey, well, as you can see, she kind of knows the breed. All right. Um, and it's very, very good content. You don't have to go searching Google. You just go searching itsdogornothing.com and her Facebook page. She's got all kind of great content on that. Now that Facebook page has actually got an extra part to the name, right, Kelsey?
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
things Great Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees. Yeah.
So,
So if
very,
there's any specific questions too, my email's always open. I'm always happy to try and help or point you in a helpful direction.
yep. And Carol wants to remind everybody they kind of have, well, a sale, if you may, a discount to celebrate Carol's birthday. They're discounting their adoption fees through June. Okay. For anybody that watched the show last week, Wendy covered that, and I think she even covered what they actually were. So, man, I mean, what can I say? You go out to the website, which is right there. It's greatpyrerescuemt.rescuegroups.org, and they have more dogs than what you're seeing here too. Now, did your any of your other dogs come from the Montana Great Pyrenees Rescue? They kind of look a little older than that.
Yeah, they did not. Kiska, my service dog, she came from. We as a rescue pulled a rescue in Washington. We pulled a litter of puppies in Oklahoma, and so
Okay.
Kiska came from there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this guy right here, he's almost 9, and then my
wow.
girl over here, she's almost 10. So
Okay.
they're much older.
And I also have 2 seniors that are both 9 years old too. And I'll tell you what, if you come across a senior, a lot of rescues, the adoption fee is less for them than they are to adult dogs or puppies, obviously. And I'll
Yep.
tell you, seniors make the best dogs, don't they?
They do. And I tell people too, they think that all seniors are going to be very calm and lazy. And while that's true, my female, my almost 10-year-old is very calm and lazy. This guy right here, almost 9, he still will go on 5-mile hikes with me. It completely varies, but these old guys, they need homes too. And there's one that's going to fit every activity level and every need.
Yeah. And now Judy just said that PYRescue is celebrating a different type of birthday. They're celebrating 28 years in the business as a rescue. Now you can look at that 2 different ways. 28 years ago in Colorado, there was a need for a rescue then. So if you look at it that way. So, and Carol reminds us that even Tikaani's adoption fee is reduced. So how about that? And Judy says, "Happy birthday, Carol." So, wow. And I'm going to go back through these comments. And oh, okay. She's talking about the puppies. Looks like, yeah. So, and she's commenting on your comment, Kelsey. So, anyway, wow. And now we're having a conversation back and forth from Carol and Judy. So anyway, Carol says, thank you, Judy. We'll be happy to relay that. So anyway, wow, man, that's a lot of dog you got there. And they're not for everybody, are they?
They are not. I get a lot of messages from people thinking that they want a peer, and once we have a bit of a conversation, they realize that it's actually not what they are looking for.
Right.
They're not white fluffy golden retrievers, and so I don't know where that idea came from, but it's so popular that they're white golden retrievers, and they're not. They couldn't be more different.
No, they're not even close. No. They're an independent breed that is bred to go out in the fields and protect the sheep over in France from mountain lions and bears and stuff, and believe it or not, chickens. Okay,
yep.
Just so you know, chickens are a bird of prey, right? Wow. All right. Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana. That's who has Tikaani. And now you're not in Montana right now, are you?
No, we are in Virginia.
So where's his adoption market?
Anywhere, honestly.
So that means there is transport available.
Yes. Like I said, he deserves the best home, and we're going to find him the best one. And if that means I drive with him, across the country and help facilitate the transfer there, that we're going to do what's best for him in the end. So
gotcha. Awesome. Okay. And everybody remember last week we had this boy on with Wendy. So don't forget his adoption fee is also reduced. Okay. So, but man, you can go out to the website there and you're anywhere near Montana in that area, or looks like Virginia now too. And you're in the market for the dog, there's where you want to go. All right. Now, with Holly, that market, you're down in, I think Holly is actually in Texas. Is that correct, John?
Yes. In Spring, which is just a suburb of Houston.
Okay. So, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society is where you go for Holly, Holly. Whew, boy. This is going to be fun here as we get going, isn't it?
And at headquarters, there's usually between 25 to 40 dogs at any given time. So, like I say, if you like window shopping and you're in the Houston area, it's a good place to go find a dog.
All right. Okay, so I want to cover another dog. We absolutely planned on having Indy Great Pyrenees Rescue on here with us today. And what's happened was we had a little bit of confusion. Imagine that in rescue, a little bit of confusion. All right. So what we're going to do is I am going to talk about the dog that we were going to have on today, and we're still going to. Okay. Avalanche is his name. And when he came into rescue, well, he came out of a shelter. And tell you what, with what I know about Avalanche, I have no idea why nobody would claim him. Look at this boy. He is gorgeous. I mean, he reminds any of these Great Pyrenees that are with John or Kelsey. Look at him. He's just as beautiful as they are. And some assembly could be required. Okay. So he's in a foster home, and they estimate him to be somewhere between 18 months, 2 years old, possibly. And here's the thing: he's very gentle, and he likes human attention. And he does walk with a slight limp in his back leg, where he had sustained an injury where he was younger, but there's no indication of pain. And the orthopedic surgeon, it was to require surgery to possibly fix it, but it wasn't a guarantee. And if there's no pain, why induce pain with surgery? Okay. So He also gets along well with other dogs. That is a young, I'm trying to remember his name. I have it up here, but there's a couple of newfies over there and stuff like that. But I can't remember because I forgot to put it in with the show. And you're absolutely right, Judy. His ears are they really stick out there for him. All right, but she got a bunch of black dogs there, obviously, and now Judy wants to remind everybody that this is definitely not a good breed for apartments, townhomes, condos, etc. Because they are their first line of defense is they protect by intimidation. Unlike what you're hearing right now, because that's not a Great Pyrenees, they have a deep bark. Okay, and your neighbors in your apartment or your condominium, possibly townhome, may not appreciate that. All right. So now, are there peers in condos? Yep, I know there are. And are there peers in apartments? Yep, I've seen them. And so that could just be that scenario. All right. And she loves Avalanche's badger ears, and so do I. Now, one last part of the teaser. Now, here's the thing about him. He's doing well with, he's fully crate trained, but he's also fully trustworthy. Okay. So, but if you ever have surgery and they say you got to keep him calm, crate's a good way to do that. All right. And you don't want to start crate training your dog the day you need to crate. Okay. So, now I got a couple little short videos of Avalanche that I took the audio out of, so we can talk over them. And look at him; he's a big boy. Either that or that's a small newfie. All right. And ain't that something? He is something else. Now, oh, there's even more. So I actually have their names, but she identified for me on Messenger, but I got busy. But he does look at this gentle dog, and they describe him that he takes treats just ever so gentle. Okay, and that's what we like is taking. Oh, geez, there we go. Hi, Holly. Oh, geez, here we go. Hi, guy. What's that one's name, Kelsey?
That's Atka.
Atka. Oh, I've seen him on your page.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, let me go back to Avalanche, and those, and never forget the hierarchy of the dog's needs. So, and we'll go into that. We'll try to get we'll get some professional people on here that can talk about behavior. I have trouble pronouncing my name sometimes, so I'm just not that guy. All right. Now, back to the banners. For any information on Avalanche, you go to igpr.org. Okay. And they also, while you're there, you can look at the adoption form and you can read Avalanche, the bio for Avalanche. I actually had printed it out, but I'm not going to read it all to everybody. Pretty accurate. But we're going to get to meet him here before too much longer. And by the way, just like all other rescues, need fosters. Okay. Even in Colorado, I think you'll find that if Judy runs into a situation, she may need a foster. All right. Even though she's facility based, she's not ruling out fostering either. But you got to be close to her. And John, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
You've been with GPRS for quite some time, haven't you?
I've been adopting from GPRS for a lot longer, and then around 2019 is when I started volunteering with GPRS.
Okay. And how's that been for you?
I've learned a lot. I thought I knew about dogs. I really didn't know anything. I just thought I did, and I've been learning so much over the last 3 years. Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing when you're around people that like Melise. This is her job 24/7. is watching dogs and taking care of them and rescuing them is what she's doing. And she's our mentor. And she comes over and visits me at my house, and she'll just simply ask me questions like, "Why did you just reward bad behavior?" And I'm like, "What did I do?" So yeah, I learn a lot from her and other people that are, I learn a lot today. So volunteering and fostering is it is rewarding, and like I heard earlier, the first time you do it, if you have a dog a week or two, it's one thing, but if you have a dog for 3 months or 3 years, it is difficult to let them go. But it is the thought. And the good thing with GPRS is you get to see the alumni with the dog that you fostered, and that kind of completes the cycle for you and closes a circle, and it gives you a warm feeling that, yeah, I helped do that.
Right. And then with the adoption with GPRS, you have quite a bit of say in the adopter and in the type of fit. Is that correct?
Yes, there's people that sort through all the applications and get a couple good ones, and then they
Look at that little dog.
yeah, the Yorkie is annoying, and all the peers have learned to live with him because he's a nose licker and he's obsessed with that. So.
Now, does that mean that Holly could get along with even a Chihuahua?
Probably.
Wow. There you have it. If you own a Chihuahua, you can even apply for Holly.
Cat, small dog. Let's see. There she goes.
There she goes. Well, she's beautiful. She is absolutely gorgeous, John.
Thanks. There's a lot of them that are beautiful there at the facility, and every time I go, there's new ones there, and hopefully every 3 to 4 weeks, 25 or so will get on a van and head to potential adopters and more fosters up in the Pacific Northwest. It's a huge market up there for us.
And that's where most of the adopters are for the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society, but it doesn't mean you can't adopt in Texas. Okay.
We're getting actually more and more adoptions out of Texas, which is a huge benefit for us, because at times we had more dogs that we wanted to put on the van than the van could fit.
Right. Right. Because they got to be done safely.
Has to be done safely, and the need for fosters down here is just as important as anywhere else, because when the dog's at headquarters, you don't get a real idea what the personality is and who that dog is. And once you get into a foster home, away from the chaos kind of that's at headquarters with all the dog barking, and then we can write good profiles on them and help get them into the right homes.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is really amazing. So here you have it. We've heard on my little part for the Indy Great Pyrenees Rescue. John is with an Indies over in Indianapolis, Indiana. Waynesfield, I think, is actually the name of the town. John is at real close to headquarters for the Pyrenees Rescue Society in Spring, Texas, which is just barely north of Houston. Is that correct?
Correct.
And we have Kelsey with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana. And and another really amazing rescue, and they all are. Most of them are. I mean, and look at that! Wow! Now that's not Tikaani, is it?
That is Tikaani.
That is Tikaani. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Sea of white there, isn't that? I just can't imagine him being a hard dog. But don't make no mistake. I believe you. Okay. With the Great Pyrenees Rescue of Montana, that's where you go for their website. And every rescue that we know of has something very similar in common. Their top need is, well, fosters and donors. Okay, would you agree with that too, Kelsey?
Absolutely.
Okay, so and matter of fact, Carol's even reducing the adoption rate so she can, well, take more dogs in. When you get full, you have no place to put them. And it's not just Carol. GPRS runs into that same situation. They only have so many foster homes, okay? And it's the same way around the country. So, and think about this for a second. The shelters, okay? the rescue gets to say no. The shelter has to figure out what to do with the dog now. All right. They are on contract with their county and they have to make space. So, man, a big dog, well, it isn't going to have a good outcome. All right. And they don't deserve that. So, and we're seeing a bigger influx to the shelters and the rescues now than we ever have, ever. Okay. And it's been sustaining. This is not good. So, and there's help out there. Okay. There is absolutely help out there. Number one, don't get a Great Pyrenees without checking out the It's Dog or Nothing website. All right. There you go. You're going to get some information about the breed and what they are and what they aren't. All right. And then make sure you've got for a young Pyrenees, make sure you've got a 12-year commitment prepared. Okay. All right. So, and possibly longer. I had one female that she actually lived to almost 18 years old, which is very, very uncommon. Okay. It's just that I was bringing them off when they retired here in Ohio. That was my thing. Farmers contact me, and this before I knew about the rescues, and I would introduce them to a new way of life and get them a home locally here, all right, as a companion. And well, I had one, Lily. She saw that couch, eventually climbed up there, and that's where that was it. It was over. And I said, don't you have to go to potty or something? Nope, I'm good. And she found a new way of life, and I got her at 9, and she lived almost a month, within a month of another 9 years. Okay.
Wow.
And that was amazing. All right. And I loved every minute of it, and I miss her dearly. Okay. Everyone that I've had in the past over the years, that ever since 1988 when I got my first one, I missed dearly. But we continue on. So, all right, everybody, our hour's up. Kelsey, do you have anything you would like to add before we hit the road, if you may?
Nope. Like I said, if you ever have any questions, feel free to email me. And if you have any questions about Tikaani in particular, I would love to answer them because we really would like to get this guy his forever home. It's hard for a dog to be in foster for so long.
Wait a minute. Is that a peer mix walking right by there, that white one?
Yep. He's our honorary peer.
All right. So, okay. And I promise I will, for next week's show. Now, you're going to come back next week, Kelsey?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that.
Kelsey plans on being a regular.
Yeah.
And we get to put a human behind that amazing website. Okay. She's done such a good job, and she's done such a good job of translating it to print. Okay. Go out to itsdogornothing.com. I will have links up here for next week, and because that's a very important website for information on this breed. And you could be holding the hand of a Great Pyrenees just like that.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, for those folks that's never had a Great Pyrenees, pure experience, okay, isn't, with most rescues, that's not a requirement. Learning capabilities is. Okay?
Exactly.
So if you're willing to learn about the breed, oh boy, you can learn about the breed. And It's Dog or Nothing is one of the resources on quite a few of the rescues websites. And from what I understand, Kelsey didn't even realize that, did you?
I did not. That was very, very cool to hear.
Right.
Very
Yeah.
flattered.
And Nancy wants to remind everybody that from Colorado to please subscribe to the GPRS YouTube channel. Okay. We're streaming to it right now. If you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe. When we get 100 subscribers, we can customize the URL, which means instead of all those numbers and letters, it can be something like YouTube/GPRS maybe. All right. We don't have 100% control that I know of anyway, but YouTube makes the suggestions and it gets branded to the rescue, and it makes it easier to find and everything. So thank you, Nancy, for reminding me. And you know I'm forgetting something. So we've got Great Pyrenees Rescue in Indianapolis. We've got Great Pyrenees Rescue Montana. We've got PYRescue and Sanctuary in Colorado. And we've got Great Pyrenees Rescue Society in Texas. And that covers all the way up to the Pacific Northwest. And we want to thank all of those rescues for supporting our little show here that is, about any dog. Anybody that wants to bring their dog on and show off your dog, it can be any breed. So, but always remember, everybody, all these dogs are needing help. And we're kind of partial to our breed. We love our breed, but we also feel that all dogs they need help. And that either Kelsey's muted or that dog has a silent bark.
That's his jaw snapping I was talking about.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, there he goes.
Wow, what a bark. Now that's your senior, right?
No, that's Tikaani.
That's Tikaani? Whoa. Holy cow. He has a trademark.
He does.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a trademark. Judy just posted out of Colorado that she likes Kelsey's site. She sends adopters and potential adopters there a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe we can get a link to it up there on your site too, Judy. There is a link. GPRS has It's Dog or Nothing in their resource section on their website. So, because it is a very good resource. All right, everybody. Next week, let's see what happens. Okay, this has been a free for all. Our first two shows here, as you can see, really no structure, rhythm, or rhyme to it. Might be kind of cool, but I think Kelsey's going to start structuring the show, and and maybe we need some structure. So sometimes I just need a roll of tape across my mouth. Everybody knows that. So, all right, everybody. Let's get all the same size again, and let's get these. Let's get ready to hit the road here. There we go. All right, John. Anything you would like to add before we go?
I would like to thank you, Steve, for doing this, and also one of the worst things that ever happened to rescues is the return of a dog that it was adopted for some perceived behavioral issues. Mm-hmm. And having you as a resource to talk them down off a cloud maybe before they pull the trigger on a return, and being a kind of a neutral third party that can correct the owner's behavior, because it's usually something that they're doing wrong, that it's not a dog issue, and that value to us is great. So thank you for that.
Well, I thank you for everything you guys do. I mean, I can't even tell you how many lives you guys save. I do one little part, and sometimes I screw that one up even. All right, but hey, nobody's perfect. All right, thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. So anyway, thank you, these 4 rescues, for supporting us. Maybe we can get some more on board too. But we want to get shelters out here so we can support the shelters. Always remember the dogs are running the show, as you can see. Okay. With that being said, everybody have a great week. We'll see you. We don't know which day next week. We may end up with 2 shows because we have 2 of the rescues that their viewers like it on Sunday, and then we have 2 of the rescues their viewers like it on Saturday. So we may do 2 shows. We'll ask the dogs. How's that? All right. Okay, everybody. Kelsey, thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye.